So, last time NDGD noticed something that I didn't do, so here we go. And it's to get
Got a bit of a pile up.
Yes, this is kind of rude. And this is all to get us... Well, I don't think I pulled the warp blade off in this recording. However, if you would like to see it, feel free to watch the bonus steps video.
I'm sure EO can handle that.
I say she's doing better than I am.
The video where half the time I'm playing tipsy.
Yes, because we enacted the, well, that's just rude. The, take a shot on each disconnect. Yeah.
Doesn't sound like a good time.
Like, most of the issues were not... Like, I would say none of the issues were due to that. It was just a joke about a drinking game for every time we had a funny disconnect because of internet connections.
Yeah, I got no idea why that happens.
So far as I can guess, Lale has Comcast, and Code Vein is a game that is pretty intolerant of anything that smells like a disconnect.
Yeah, it's... Oh, come on. How did that hit?
Say no more.
There's a clown car just around that corner.
Yeah, this is...
Come on, do some launch attacks.
Yeah, I should have been doing launch attack, if nothing else, for the iframes.
Your AI partner is doing that better than you.
I recognize this kind of play. This is the I haven't played in 6 months, how do I do this type of play.
Shut up. Okay, so this is the last guy. I believe
Yeah,
so.
you've got a hunter in black. Okay.
Whoa,
Well,
that was just a backswing.
I guess you
And
don't have
I'm
enough lightning
inhibited.
resistance.
So are those like the Black Knights from Dark Souls?
kinda, I guess. Well,
I wouldn't call the...
so close.
I wouldn't quite say like the Black Knights.
But enough about that. Let's continue on with the story.
Yeah, you got the actual items. The reward for beating the Lost Invasion is just more haze, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not doing too great on this guy either. I might be slightly rusty. I'm just, at this point, I'm more used to hitting hot bars and, you know, hitting 1 and 2 occasionally. But hey, he dropped
Also,
something.
you play a Reaper.
Oh, nice! You got the Black Greatsword!
I see, I recall you saying something about this.
I love this I love this goddamn weapon.
That's pretty badass.
Yep, I like it.
If you don't get this, you have to restart your speed run.
No. This game is not like that. It's not quite like one weapon will make the run. Because
This is the
again,
kind of... Go ahead.
you get, like, there are so many blood codes and so many gifts, you know, abilities that the game very much encourages you to, like, just swap between whatever the hell. And, you know, the speed run probably shortens that up a bit. I've heard that somebody finishes it on level 30 or so forth, whereas
Wow.
Lale's probably going to be, like, level 100 or so by the time he finishes. Oh, boy.
I'm immature, so what?
Slide whistle?
But...
Io asked if she wanted to go down.
But yeah, like, even a bunch of the starting available weapons that you can just, like, buy from Rin or get as guaranteed drops or whatever can still get you pretty much through the endgame.
Yeah, I mean, usually whenever I start fighting bosses, I swap over to a sunset sword, which is like a basic ass sword, just because I can get the quick dodge off of it.
Yeah. Like, I like this weapon because it's lighter than the Zweihander and the Argent Wolf
Ooh.
hammer. But it gets, like, very good block despite that. But, you know, if you wanted to use... if you wanted to use a heavier Zweihander for 100% block against everything, well, the game gives you a free +1 Zweihander at the beginning of the second zone.
Touch the wall of fire.
Fuck you, EU.
Well,
I do what I want.
Near the end. I was not kidding last time.
Yep.
There are multiple jokes I want to make here, and most of them are spoilers for Final Fantasy.
We'll need to watch our step here. Wait
I was
until the
just
fire dies
thinking
down
that.
to continue.
How long does it take until you remember
Enemies
the
are
warning I
hidden
gave
in
you?
flames.
Oh, not long. I see that dude right there. I'm like, okay, let's do some, range attacks. But I have to wait for him to step out. And now the problem is be careful when dodging, because I might hit fire.
We can certainly
But
use
speaking
this.
of Final Fantasy, since I currently cannot play the game due to login issues, I brought my own white-haired partner to do stuff with me.
It's wise to be prepared.
It's kind of surreal in Final Fantasy XIV when you get to the later game and you realize literally every one of your buddies has white hair. All of them. And
I hate you're right about that.
you know the wildest thing? I Googled this just, I was just kind of curious, maybe someone on the design team explains why.
I'll be there soon.
Instead, I found this rant about how they all have white hair because of Aryanism.
Don't some of them have blonde hair instead?
No, they're all pure white.
The sky.
Shit, I gave my character white hair without even thinking about that.
Let's find a
Because
vintage to look
I have
at.
not actually played FF14, but I used to play Final Fantasy Record Keeper and probably stuck around too long in that game. But yeah, they brought over all the characters there. Yeah, and I think there were a couple of blonde sidekicks, but as you say, maybe the distribution changes over time.
Yeah.
Just wade through the fire. You've got the resistance up. You might as well use it.
Hot, 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 hot. How you liking this, EO? Bet you wish you had shoes on.
I mean, fire resistance is a party buff.
Jesus, I lost all feeling in my feet after I walked through the snow and got frostbite.
That's a good
Yeah.
point.
Also, thankfully, remember how I gave that sort of wild calculation of how the hell damage works in this game?
Yeah.
Well, thankfully, elemental resistance just increases your resistance to whatever the hell by 40. And there's something else on EO's blood code that increases it more, but, like, whatever the sheet resistance is, that's what matters.
Gotcha. Alright. So, what I've learned, up until the next missile, it's gonna be a while, spoilers,
Make good use of this.
I need to make sure I don't make unnecessary trips into the fire.
Nah, you can wander around in the fire a decent degree.
Did you just
I mean, it
hear
would
a
probably
kid?
have helped to...
Did you just hear a little
Put-
boy's voice?
I
No.
picked up a vestige.
Like Nicola?
No, that was not Nicola. We'll be seeing who that is.
Why wasn't it lowered in the first
That's a good question, EO. It's like finding valves in Resident Evil games that aren't hooked up to the pipes they're meant to be used for. So here's the issue. I don't want to wait for the cooldown on the fire buff.
Cooldown? Like, the cooldown's not very long, and it duration lasts decently long. You could just...
Oh,
So long as you don't dawdle, you can
So here's the issue. I don't acknowledge I have a buff unless I see a blue thing on the bottom. Just because it's highlighted on my bar, I think that's the cooldown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of like, oh god, why is it taking so long? Alright, I want to use this attack on someone. There we go.
So correct me if I'm wrong, because this could be a different city area, but it really reminds me of the one from Ella's Memories.
From whose memories?
Ella's.
Oh, Successor of Blood, you mean?
Sure, whatever.
Player character.
And yeah, without the buff up, that took a hell of a lot of my health.
I will say that no, it's not from that zone.
We cannot stay
Okay.
here long.
As an aside, I bet the compression is working great with the fire effects that dot this entire area.
Looks fantastic in 360p.
Ouch.
It's just one giant orange block.
I mean, do you want me to turn it down to 144p? Because I will.
Oh god.
You can see individual pixels.
I think.
I didn't think pixels were this big.
I'd be sitting there going, you look like you're doing great in this boss fight.
Yeah, that's what audio cues are for. Also, well, what have I told you about pulling enemies with an Ivy Blood Veil?
Guns look cooler.
You charge it up and you move that little thing around until you hit somebody.
I think I tried to use it like about a minute ago on an enemy who wouldn't get out of the fire patch, and then I missed.
All the exciting MMO gameplay that you've come to love and expect from Final Fantasy XIV, which has recently ended its free trial.
Imagine being so successful you have to literally stop selling your game.
I wonder if, given their sale, I should actually look to buy something else from them, but I don't know.
You can buy Final Fantasy 15.
That's it. So it looks like there's range versions of these dudes that also chuck fire, which is great when they decide they want to hide out on a magma patch.
What's that doing there?
Do they have a bunch of eyes all over their backs, or is that just fire?
That's not eyes. That's, like, we're not playing Bloodborne here. That's just weird growths or whatever.
I mean, I'm also on 360p again, so...
I mean, they are, kind of burnt and whatever. That's, now that I see what you're referring to, yeah, that's just funny glowing stuff from
Oh yeah.
us being in a fire zone.
Yeah, I see
They
where
were
it
like
comes from.
beholders.
Get your ass off that patch and get over here.
Actually, let me find the name for this. I think these are called Blazing Heretics?
Okay, yeah, they do look a little eye-like. Now that I'm closer to
Yes,
them.
moose antlers.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, I noticed
The one thing that was saving you there was iframes.
Yeah. But yeah, someone apparently likes putting antlers on enemies. First there's Nikolai and now these dudes.
But yes, what I was telling you, have fire resistance for this area. No, really. I was not joking.
Oh, it's cool. I'm just part, I feel like I'm one with the fire, which is why my character's all red. You think it's because it's a redhead thing, but deep down I'm actually a pyromaniac.
Then use a Skatha Chrome. And add the fire element, which also adds fire resistance. just passive buff to your Veil.
This is a challenge run.
Maybe something like that.
Just treat
Somehow
the
I
items
doubt
in
that.
Just treat the items in the fire like the items in the fire in Iron Keep. Nobody ever gets them and nobody cares about them.
Oh, like the Iron Keep isn't so bad. It's the smoldering ruins that's awful.
That's true.
Nothing gets past you.
Yes, so this is why we don't find another missile for a while, because instead, shortcuts.
Yeah, this
Well-
is a pretty windy level. I probably should have cut this bit out, but I'm not proud. I'm willing to admit when I'm a dumbass and end up walking backwards.
So what you need is some water.
Right?
So you can put these flames out.
Ooh! I'm gonna give that shit. No
Clip
more.
it on Twitch.
What you need is cruising or orienteering your merit badge.
I'll make good use of this.
Almost missed that. If I didn't notice
Yeah,
that.
you kind of want that.
I didn't notice those flowers. And I believe that is just one that makes it heal more, not one that adds more
Yeah.
uses.
Still, ones that heal more are
This looks difficult.
pretty nice whenever you get them.
Yeah.
And
Okay. No.
oh boy, this guy's a jerk.
Alright, well, you hang out over there, Yoshimitsu. I gotta check this out. This uniform.
Ah, okay. I showed this off briefly yesterday.
Yep. This is a nice looking outfit. Too bad I need a mind of bead. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
well, does Survivor cut it? Nope, so I'll wear it another time. I just want to get my...
Yeah, I think I said it's like the the third lightest blood veil in the game.
Yeah, it's lighter. I think it's lighter than what I'm wearing with an alleviation upgrade on it.
Oh yeah, wouldn't surprise me. Like, the lightest thing is Ivory Grace, which is just
come
caster
on.
stuff. That has, like, paper for defenses. The second lightest is Venus Claw, which is good for dark gifts. And then the third lightest is that, Noble Silver, which is good for light gifts.
Makes sense.
I shall maximize my efforts.
Alright, let's go.
There might be some DLC stuff that upsets that balance, but I don't use most of the DLC stuff because there are already some pretty good options, and the DLC caster veils are pretty heavy on the whole.
Yeah, seems to be how it is. They like expect you to not need mobility, even though everything kind of runs at you all the time.
Yeah, I think there's one that's like meant for gunslinger setups that works really well with high dexterity and high willpower. The problem is that it has no scaling for light gifts. This has poor scaling for light gifts, but you know, you can still get by. It has no scaling for light gifts.
Straight up nothing, huh?
Yeah.
Heading there now.
Alright, so I get a little bit lost. And oh wait, no, I'm not lost right now. I'm trying to map out that other side of the area on how to get to another part, I believe.
Rooftops seem like the highway around here.
They really
Yeah,
are.
kinda.
Something.
Oh, now I remember. I was making sure before I jumped down that I've seen everything, because I couldn't see a way to get back up.
I'll make good use of this. Am I pulling my weight in battle?
And here we're getting to the part where it's like, oh man, I only have 2 health left. Oh. Huh. I
Well,
didn't realize I got that achievement.
oh yeah.
The spirit burns strong.
Are you learning the Horror passive at this point, or no?
The soul still burns.
Yes, the soul still burns. That's But yeah, it is funny. I started this video off because, you know, I'm Dark Knight, and I was just like, oh, I'll use the stripper pole sickle, and then I found that other sword and swapped it out.
Can you still regenerate?
Now again, I don't realize I have fire buff on at this point. I still think it's on cooldown. But I'm not reading the UI right. I see you, little bastard.
Hi.
So still no missile, but there is one over there. And I'm on my last regen, and I'm losing a lot of health.
Found something valuable.
If only I could climb.
It's there to taunt you.
It really is.
Eh. Eventually he'll find a way around.
And it's at this point where I'm like, oh my god, I need to restock my heals, especially since there are damage floors everywhere. You just get slowly chipped away through attrition. But if I were to go back, I have to go back to the start and fight everything again on my way back over here. So
Not everything. Just do remember you got the shortcut.
and there goes my last heal, all for a vestige.
I like your attitude.
And yes, you did get a Skathach Chrome, so you can make one blood veil of your choice, or maybe more. I don't know how many you picked up eventually over the course of this video or otherwise. But yeah, you can make one blood veil or more fire resistant.
I'd say vestiges are worth it.
Yeah, and I have, I know on my playthroughs I generally have, like, a collection of the blood veil that I like to use, or the couple of blood veils that I like to use, where it's just like, okay, this one is fire resistant, this one is ice resistant, this one is lightning resistant. Unfortunately, you can't, transform any blood veils to make them more blood element resistant.
So, yeah, I looked around trying to figure out where to go. It turns out this ladder I did not go down is where I should be going next. I had to cut for a bit and, like, wander around trying to figure out where the hell I was supposed to go.
What's that doing?
And just, fuck it, I need some health. Time to burn one of those regen things that are, like, very highly limited.
I mean, you're going up against this jerk, eventually.
Yeah, but first...
I mean, if there was ever a time or place, it'd be right now.
Oh my
Items are
god,
gonna
I
be
swore I
used, not
cut this
hoarded.
shorter.
What a terrible place.
Seizing away the queen? It's just absurd. It's him. Even now, humanity buds.
I noticed every time when we just all happen to find a vestige on the floor in a cutscene, we're always encirculating it and not noticing it until it says something.
You got this?
Party
Welcome.
walks in a diamond formation.
Welcome to the Cathedral of Shadows.
Even you must realize that no progress can be made without
Also, I
sacrifice.
briefly mentioned this yesterday. Hey, watch the side videos, people, please.
This relic
But,
is a seed that will
yeah.
sprout our future.
More evidence
Even
here
now,
that
humanity
Juzo
buds into
Mito
new
is
world of
a dangerous accelerationist.
Relic transfer to subject Imley Sue has begun. Compatibility remains stable.
Splendid. I can see why she fell
Dude loves holding his arms out.
into a beautiful flower.
Emily was, you may remember the picture at least, I don't remember if she had a voice,
Crypt is complete.
from Yakima's memory. She was another person who loved me.
Why is his head so pointy?
Also, I love that body language with Mito just
Right? That's great.
putting the arm around the guy.
Oh, should I make this the thumbnail?
You can make anything the thumbnail if you take a screenshot of it and upload it.
True. Yakumo, I was the one who got their hand
The
punctured, not
successor.
you.
It was you. Emily.
Let's head to the crypt.
Louis, you know what you're walking into, right?
I just thought of a really tasteless and really out-of-date joke.
That fire.
Everyone falls
your
and
way of
dies because
calling
they
for
took
help?
so long to walk across the damaged floor.
Hold on.
I mean, you joke, Lael, but your buffs do run out during that cutscene.
Alright, so I'm almost there. We just gotta deal with this guy, and we're home free to the missile.
Since danger is lost.
Congratulations, it's a boy.
Okay, for a backstab, he didn't take a whole lot of damage off that.
He did take a bunch of damage. It's just that he also has a pile of health.
And that's when I decide, you know what? I'm not fucking dying. I'm going.
Oh.
Later, homie. Good luck with him, EO.
Your sacrifice will not be forgotten, whatever your name was.
Oh, there it is. Thank God. So, before
I would
we
have
head on
laughed if
out-
in the background we just saw him running after you.
That would have been great. Thanks, Yakumo, for more pound cake.
See you later, folks.
Later.
See ya.